guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're able to catch the video from yesterday looking at taking a close-up look at the Black Adam suit. If you missed that, head over to the channel and check that out if you would like to. And if you've been, if you follow Henry Cavill or anything to do with The Witcher or anything like that, and his, other things that which is obviously what he's been promoting recently, or just if you follow him in general. He's been doing a press tour for The Witcher Season 2, which starts this month on Netflix. But as we've said before, on these interviews, of course, he's been talking about Superman when he's asked about it, which I don't think he's ever going to escape those questions. And always appreciate what he has to say because he never backs away from expressing how much he would still love to play Superman. And this interview is not very long. If you want to watch the whole thing, it's on the Lorraine show. But I just wanted to skip ahead to the part when he is talking about Superman. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at that segment.
Going to happen at some stage. And what about Superman? Do you still have the outfit?
I do still have the outfit.
At the back of your closet, just in case?
Just in case, yes I do, yes I do.
That with the tuxedo beside each other, just ready.
Yeah, ready and waiting for the phone calls.
Because that was an amazing thing to do, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was so much fun.
Wow.
I mean, it's the kind of thing where, even after, it's been so long since I've put the suit on professionally.
I bet it still fits though.
It's, yes it does. Thankfully, and you look back and you just think, what a wonderful opportunity.
Yeah.
And even if I were to stop acting tomorrow and go, live on a yacht or a boat somewhere, a sailing boat, and just travel the Med, then yeah, with Cal.
Of course, obviously.
I don't know how much he'd appreciate that, to be honest, but I'd definitely give it a shot.
Yeah.
I can still look back and say I've worn a cape and leapt about the place and entertained some people.
Fantastic. Henry, where's home? Where is home? I suppose it's wherever Cal is.
Okay, so that was just a quick little part when he spoke about Superman. But even in those, that quick minute or so of talking about Superman, he says instantly, ready and waiting for the phone calls. When referring to, Lorraine, the host, mentions it's there in the back of your closet, that and a tuxedo. And he said, yeah, ready and waiting for the phone calls. And really? I don't understand. In most other film universes or franchises, whatever you want to call them, that's what a studio wants to hear. Especially with franchise movies, that are going to have several movies lined up in the future, or appearances, cameos, whatever the case may be. What more do you need? It's kind of, there's plenty of people who are, Marvel Cinematic Universe or other people in franchise movies that say, yes, I would love to make another one. Or if that, when asked, would you do another blank movie, whatever movie it is, a lot of them say, yes, why not? But on the other hand, there's also a lot of actors who have, come out and publicly said, sometimes people ask, would you ever do a Marvel movie? Would you ever do a superhero movie, DC movie, whatever? A lot of actors, say maybe not, because they require such a huge commitment on, and if it's years that they commit to these movies, years of their lives, because not necessarily consecutive years, but it's a huge commitment because, if they sign a contract for several movies, that's a lot, and it can sometimes interfere with them taking on other projects or playing different roles. So it's, even after everything that has happened with WB, Justice League, the whole DC thing, the mess that it's become, even considering that, he still always, like I said, expresses how much he would love to put the suit back on and play Superman again. I did make another video not too long ago about some comments that he made on a GQ video interview talking about Superman. So that's on the channel if you want to check that out too. But, like I said, he never gives vague answers that are, kind of around the question or don't directly answer the question. He's very direct and open and honest about how he feels about playing Superman and that he would love to continue the story that they started. And like he said, what a great opportunity. Like, Man of Steel was, of course, we all know at a basic level Superman's origin story. But Man of Steel, as far as movies for Superman, really showed us that in a whole different way, from a completely different perspective, and, really put you into a real life take on what it would be like for Superman growing up on Earth. And like he said, what a great opportunity. Why not explore that more and continue it? He's Superman, the Superman symbol is like the second most recognizable symbol on the Earth next to the cross. No matter what, you're going to have an audience for Superman movies, like no matter what. So I don't really understand. It's difficult. It's hard to understand why they're so scared to continue with Henry Cavill's Superman. I get that Man of Steel and BVS both got a lot of hate and backlash, but most of that is based on the fact that Marvel has been around for several years by the time those movies came out, and people just had this, kind of expectation and standards for what superhero movies should be. And they kind of projected that onto Man of Steel and BBS, expecting them to follow along in that same vein just because they're in the same genre, but they're completely different worlds. And so they don't necessarily need to be approached the same way. But that's kind of just what people went into. They just went into those movies with that kind of mindset. And also expectations that a lot of people have for what Superman is or isn't to them personally. So he still has the suit, still fits. But like he said, it's been a long time since he's put it on professionally. And, I just wish that they weren't so, like, they just want to pretend as if, his Superman doesn't exist. And they can't ignore, he says it publicly, how much he would love to continue playing Superman. So I just wish they wouldn't keep ignoring that. I wish they would listen and pay as much attention as the fans do, but we don't know. I'm sure Discovery, like AT&T, obviously they are aware of the fans' plea to see Henry Cavill Superman again, and especially now that Black Adam is finally going to be coming out in the near future. Either way, that's not going to be a failure. Like, you're not going to see people that don't want to see Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam and Henry Cavill's Superman in some kind of battle. Whether people liked Superman, whether people liked Man of Steel or BVS or not, they're still going to want to see that. Like, just that's a fact. And speaking of Black Adam and Superman, Dwayne Johnson, I'm going to read a quote, what he said from Total Film. I don't think I can find it on here, so I'm just going to read it from my phone because it's on an Instagram post. He said, "We can do anything if we keep the audience first. So to me, there's a battle that's going to go down one day between Black Adam and Superman. I don't know who that Superman is going to be, and I don't know who's going to play him. That's okay. I don't need to know right now, but I'm confident in knowing that. Yeah. And that's based out of what fans want. We worked backwards from there." So, we've known that from the beginning. The fans, we've known that obviously Dwayne Johnson wants there to be some kind of battle, something between Superman and Black Adam. That's obvious. Who wouldn't want that? And like he said, fans, it's based on what the fans want. Work backwards from there. Keep the audience first. That's obviously something that Warner Brothers hasn't been their strategy thus far. Not with, the Snyderverse anyway. So, Well, yeah, and just in general. I mean, you know, they're clearly not as interested in what their core fan base wants. They are trying to cater to a wider, larger general audience, which is much harder, in my opinion, to do because you're never going to be able to please everybody. Why not focus on your strongest product? Not that other products are necessarily a failure, but you know, they can cater to both. Anyway, he obviously doesn't know either if Henry Cavill is going to. If Henry Cavill doesn't know if he's ever going to come back as Superman, Dwayne Johnson's not going to know. But I do think that if Henry Cavill is able to come back as Superman in some way, I do think that because we know Dwayne Johnson wants that so badly for Black Adam, I do think he could be a big influence on helping Henry Cavill be able to come back in and play Superman. Plus, Danny Garcia is a mutual piece in this puzzle between Henry Cavill and Dwayne Johnson. She's Henry Cavill's manager. Her and Dwayne Johnson they used to be married, but they still work together professionally. So that's a big thing as far as I think, you know, those three together is a pretty, I mean, I think that would be a hard team for WB to combat. And as far as like, hey, we want Henry Cavill to come back as Superman, and Dwayne Johnson, I think that, I mean, first of all, a studio, I think most studios are probably willing to let him do what he wants because he has such star power and such a huge fan base. But especially with this, because it's been so many years that he's been waiting to do Black Adam and he's stuck with it. Like I don't know, I think a lot of people would probably be like, forget it. Like, this is taking forever. You guys don't know what you want to do. It's back and forth. It's been so many years, you know. You guys clearly are kind of a mess. Like, I think a lot of people would have been like, I don't want to do this anymore. But he stuck with it all of these years and is still passionate about it. So I think it's in their best interest to like listen to what he would like to do. How are you going to have one of the biggest stars in the world wait all those years for his movie? Finally, he's able to do it. And then you're just going to like, I'm sure you got to consider what he would like to do beyond his own character and what he would like to see happen with his character. You can't just ignore that. You know, it's not fair. He waited all that time. And so, you know, I think he would play him and Danny Garcia. I think that's going to be, I mean, like I said, them three saying like, yes, he's saying he wants to do it. It's usually the other way around. Usually studios have to like beg and convince a person to come back and do more for these big franchise movies. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. So they have everything that they need. And the fans want it too. So, I mean, it doesn't seem like a win-lose-lose situation. It's like a win-win. It's a win for Henry Cavill. It's a win for the studio. It's a win for the fans. Like, it's not going to fail. So, but that's just, I wanted to share what he said with that and what Dwayne Johnson said too. So there's also some more pictures of the Black Adam suit, I think, coming out from Total Film. Looks amazing. But thank you guys for watching. Sorry for all the rambling, but I just really want to see him come back as Superman. So check out the links in the description and head over to the channel if you missed any new videos. Shout out to all the new subscribers, and if you enjoyed my video, leave a thumbs up if you'd like to, and or subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.